Welcome, Tiger listeners. We're here the night before practice begins, the night before the season begins. It all starts tomorrow, and we're here with Coach Stack. Coach, we've done 4 interviews. This is the last chance we'll get to sit down before you see your team on the field. And first of all, let's start with heard tonight due to a scheduling conflict, we're not going to be able to have Midnight Madness. Talk about that just a second.
Unfortunately, this year, August the 5th falls on a Saturday. Because you got to have a certain amount of practices in before you can do something like that. And I didn't even think about it and started looking over the calendar, and I said, midnight on August the 5th becomes August the 6th, which would be a Sunday.
Right.
And, we can't have high school athletics practicing on a Sunday, so I said, you know what, I'm going to have to cancel it. And I looked into the other dates that were available, and it just didn't fit because we got a lot of things rolling next week. So unfortunately, because this year the dates kind of collided, Midnight Madness will not happen on Saturday the 5th, but hopefully next year we'll be able to pull those dates together and get it going.
All right. Got a couple questions for you. You've had some time here, and one of the things you've really tried to build into the culture of the program's family. How has the community attitude in Roswell helped you to reinforce that family-first approach?
Well, it's been real neat looking around the facilities. Everything's painted up now and cleaned up. We got people coming in, pressure washing, and our facility with Kurt Dotson and Scotty Ruff. I mean, it has taken a family of community help to get our facilities where we want them to be. Of course, we're redoing the field house, and it's been really neat. Also, there's some kids that, every year, and this was my first year here, obviously, but need some help getting some funding to go to team camp. And people in the community came out and helped scholarship some players, and that's what family's all about. It's been very successful.
Well, the second question I had for you is along those same lines. Is there anybody you specifically would like to thank? I know anytime you do that, it's dangerous because you might leave somebody out. But is there anybody you'd really like to thank? How specifically has the community helped you?
Man, you name it, and they have helped me. There's a ton I'm going to leave out, and I apologize for that because I don't have my list beside me. But just in the past couple of days, Dale Galloway and Chuck Galloway coming up with money to help scholarship kids. And as we speak right now, there's 4 guys building our brand new practice field goal post on the practice field right now. And that's Luke Stewart's dad and Peyton McCall's dad and Chuck Galloway and his father out there. I mean, it's just, with all of them, we appreciate it. Tons of people have contributed in this community, and with that support, we'll be able to go a long way.
Well, season starts tomorrow. All the distractions you hope are behind, and it's just football now. What do you do to refocus yourself and transition yourself from the off season to football?
Well, number one, I go home, and tonight I say, well, honey, you know what tomorrow is? And every year she says, well, I love you. It was fun, and I'll see you in December. So that kind of starts the night off. I look forward to that when I get home tonight to eat supper with her. But other than that, becoming consistent with kids on a daily basis. We had good numbers this summer, but now it's tomorrow we will have our varsity roster, period. You will not be allowed to play after that. So being consistent, having kids that you know for a fact that will be here, because you'll have kids, something comes up all summer through this and that, but I'm looking forward to having the same group day in and day out, and can't wait till East Henderson. That's our opener.
Well, one of the things we talked earlier about family. The second thing in building the culture, and I've heard you say this several times in interviews and in discussions you and I have had off camera, that success starts in the weight room. Success starts in January. All those different ways to say that same thing, like we got to work hard in the off season. Well, now it's time to take those off season victories and turn them into victories on the field. How do you do that? How do you get your players from wins in the weight room to wins on the field?
Well, number one, you have that motivational factor when they're tired and they're having to run another gasser or go do another Oklahoma drill and they are dog tired, they don't feel like doing anything, and you say, what did all those days of squatting all those sets and pushing all that weight, bench pressing and pulling sleds, and you did all that for nothing. And that's when that starts hitting home, and the weight training becomes an on-the-field success. 3 months ago, I guess almost 4 months ago now that I've been here, we had some kids that I don't know that could make it through about half of a practice. And now we have kids at the end of practice not only ready for the next practice, but if there's anything extra, they want to stay after to run more and lift more. So those things, those small victories come, and hopefully they'll show up on August 18th.
Well, Coach, we're going to let you go because, it's a busy night for you. We know you got to go home and pack your bags and get ready to stay here till December. And But anyway, just want to let the Tiger listeners know that we'll be doing interviews with Coach Stack every Friday throughout the season. And then as a special treat this year, Matt's figured out some technology, and we're going to hope to do some interviews on Sunday afternoon and maybe do some highlights and things. We'll be talking more about that as time goes on. But Coach Stack, we enjoyed it, and we're looking forward to getting started.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.
You're listening to the Rosman Tiger Sports Network.